So we are at Pleasant Valley Farms in Berkshire, Vermont, right along the Canadian border. Pleasant Valley Farms has a history that dates back to my grandparents grew up on farms, and my father's parents operated a dairy farm for many years where he grew up, learning how to farm. My dad, Mark St. Pierre, started farming on his own right after high school in 1986. Here in one of the things we focus on is, we need our cows to be the most healthy and the most comfortable cows that we can, and that allows us to be as profitable as we can with very volatile global economies. The dairy market can go up and down, price swings quite a bit, so there's times when the milk price is significantly lower. Apparently she wants to be on the video too, and we need to try to be as efficient as we can to be able to still be in business in the future and still have these employees and still be supporting our overall economy here. So to get back to keeping our cows comfortable and healthy, allow the farm to be the most profitable as it can be with these tough markets, you can just start to look around the barn, and there's multiple things we do for cow comfort. So this rail on top is actually a sprinkler system. Today it's 25 degrees, so it's not running, but it's set on a thermostat. When it gets above 68 degrees, it starts to spray the cows to keep them cool and comfortable. If you notice, these two cows have necklaces on their necks. These are SCR collars that measure their rumination, and it measures how healthy the cows are. These collars tell us when a cow is going to be starting to get sick before we could even diagnose her with a thermometer. These collars will tell us that she's getting sick, and we can start, the computer will notify us and list the cows that could possibly getting sick. We'll go find them, start to diagnose them, and start treatment right away to make sure they're going to stay healthy. Behind her, water tubs. Cows drink a lot of water. Most of milk is water. So allowing our cows to have as much clean water as we can is very important, as well as, the most nutritious feed that we can feed these cows to make the best milk. We have nutritionists with highly technical computer programs that make the diets for the cows. We grow crops for the cows and use a lot of different kinds of science and technology to try to grow the most nutritious crops most effectively that allow the cow to get what she needs to make milk and be healthy. You can see this is a freestyle housing barn, so the cows are able to get up, eat feed, lay down, drink water, socialize with their friends, throw feed around, whatever. They can do what they want when they want. And we bring them to the milking parlor 3 times a day to harvest the milk from their udder and get it shipped off to a dairy processing plant near you. So this is our lactating dairy barn, and these are some of the things that we do in here to keep our cows happy. So my pursuit of farming started as a kid growing up on the family farm. I loved working here. I love to work with the cattle and the variability of doing different jobs on the farm. Through that, we went through many hard milk price years where my family was very stressed, and said, especially me and my brother, who showed a lot of interest in maybe coming back to be farmers, are you sure you want to do this? And ever since they've ever asked that question, we've always really wanted to be farmers, and even though there's challenges, we wanted to work through it. But I realized that I need to get some experience if I want to be successful in this very competitive industry. So in high school, I was able to have the opportunity to, we're going to move that truck, sorry. So I'll repeat the question because, I mentioned that, we met a lot of kids that grew up on farms, but relatively in the country, there's not a lot of kids that grew up on farms, and there's, we need a lot of food to feed this country, feed the world, and as the economics are very challenging, and especially the dairy industry within agriculture, it's left a lot of people not wanting to come into this industry. However, we need to make milk, we need to make food for people, so it's going to be a great opportunity that, because there's not a lot of people wanting to go back to their family farm, that in college it was interesting to meet people that didn't grow up on family farms and that are getting into the dairy industry and getting into farming. And I think there's a tremendous opportunity. There's going to be great job security. It's challenging for sure, but it's encouraging to try to learn how to be more efficient. You know, there's farms out there that are making money even with these low milk prices, so it's interesting to try to learn and figure out how other farms are making it work, so our farm people here in Vermont can also do the best they can with this economy. It reduces our carbon footprint and reduces the amount of methane that is released into the atmosphere, and we're also able to separate. After the manure goes through the digester, we separate the solids, and the solids of the manure we actually use to bed the cows. It works really good because it's in this anaerobic digester that doesn't have any air, and it kills any bacteria that would be harmful for the cow. And when we separate it, it's very dry, so it's a nice, comfortable product for the cows to lay on in the stall. Keeps them clean and actually does a better job for us than what we used before, which was sawdust. And then the liquids from that process we use as fertilizer to grow our crops in the fields. So we're here at our family sugar house. A little bit of history. My grandparents both did some maple sugaring through the years on a smaller scale. My father tapped some trees with buckets in high school, and then we didn't really tap a lot of trees for a while. When my brother and I were in middle school, we started tapping some buckets again, and we tapped up to about 400 trees together. And then about 12 years ago, we started sugaring on a more large scale and installing pipeline systems throughout the woods to kind of diversify our farm. As the dairy industry is very volatile, to try to bring in more income for the farm when milk prices are lower. So we've been doing a lot more sugaring over the last few years, adding trees all the time. We're tapping over 100,000 trees now. My brother and I both own some of our own sugar bushes. We both have participated in FSA Young Farmer Loans, which help young farmers like us get started in buying our own pieces of property and getting into farming. So we both have done that, and that's been great for us. My parents have worked very hard over the years and are very dedicated to the business. Business comes first, taking care of the cows and the people and the land that the farm needs to be successul. We're very fortunate to have many people that help us on this farm, some family and some friends that are pretty much family because we've worked together so long. We have a lot of long-term employees, and we try to do whatever it takes to help them do the best job for the animals and the land and the facilities here at Pleasant Valley Farms.
This land is your land, and this land is my land, from the California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.